Hello, guys. Welcome back to the podcast, Girl Ghetto Podcast. I am your host, Tracey V. Clarke. So, guys, we're on here to just talk about something that we all talk about every day. This topic, I might get a little emotional, so let me just, tell you guys, we're about to talk about love. I like to talk about relationship, marriage and love. So, let's talk, guys. What is love for you? If someone was to come up to you and say, what is love, how will you define it? What is love? Well, let's go to the Bible. John 3:16 tells us exactly what love is. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. So love has to do with what? Giving. And as we're talking about love, let me take that to, relationship. When you look around the community, relationships are falling apart, most especially within the church, marriages. And I just thought to kind of talk about that, briefly. I think being someone who has been married, who was married for over 10 years, I think, I can talk about love, marriage, and relationship, a little bit. So when you read a book of Ephesians, chapter 5, starting from 22, where it talks about, we are supposed to submit to each other. It talks about that first. We are supposed to submit to one another. Then it goes down to talk about the wife, to submit, and the husband loving the wife as Christ loved the church. And one thing that I've come to learn over the past years, as relates to marriage, one of the biggest issues that I think, I've seen, and, the mistakes that most of us, make is, women, a lot of us don't want to submit. We don't want to submit, but we want to be loved. To the men watching, submission comes easily when when a wife feels safe and loved in a relationship. Listen up, guys. Submission comes easily when you love her. Go back to Ephesians, chapter 5. It talks about the husband should love the wife as Christ loved the church. Now for the men, and it talks about also women were supposed to do what? Submit. A man feels love when he's respected in his home. That is the problem that I believe. Most of our marriages will work if we can just understand our role. The man, you are told to what? To love your wife as Christ loved the church. The female, we are supposed to submit. And this is a problem that we all have. And I just thought to come on here to talk to all of us. Why is it so hard for us to submit to the women? American society, has kind of like impacted us a little bit. When we get these degrees and stuff that kind of go to, our heads, and we start to, act up a fool and not submit. And the men, where there's no submission, the man will go outside of that home to find, somebody else. And another thing that I've learned over the years is there are two people in a relationship and they're trying to win at the same time. A lot of us, we argue a lot. We don't listen to one another. You got two people in an argument and they're both trying to win. And most of the time, what happens is that you win the argument, but you end up losing your relationship. And I just think those are two, factors, that those two factors, contribute to most of our relationship falling apart. Men, how are you loving your wife? Are you giving? Because it says, "Why for God so loved the world that he did what? He gave his only begotten son." And Ephesians says that to love your wife as Christ loved the church. How are you loving her? For us, I can tell that a guy is in love with me by the things that he does. Do you, and it doesn't have to be money, but your time. Are you intentional about the relationship? How much time do you put in? Uh, do you check on her? Do you care about her? Do you call her? Just the minor things that we women love. And a lot of us, we love attention. Women, for us, it is attention. Especially if you're in a long distance relationship, the glue that holds your relationship together is communication. The time, the things that you do. Do you call? Do you text? Do you give? It is not always about money. To the men, I'm talking to the men right now. It doesn't have to be money, right? But just the little things that you do. You call her in the morning, you check on her, make her to feel safe. Make her, don't leave her in the limbo. Don't leave her thinking like, does he really love me? And she's at that place where she's thinking if you love her or not. Right? Um, for us, the women, men, they feel respected. They think we love them. Well, that's the way they feel. They feel love when we respect them. How well do you respect your partner? Do you listen? Do you submit? What is submission to a man? Respecting him when he tells you something, how you respond. When you have issues in your home, do you tell everybody? Do you call all of your friends? Do you take your business outside to everybody? Do you honor him if he asks you to wear, for example, he buys you, something that you don't like, right? But that's what he wants you to wear. How do you respond to that? Do you tell him, I don't like it, I won't wear it? Or do you tell him and say, hey, babe, you know what? I don't like it, but because you bought it and you like it, I will wear it. That is respect right there. Although I don't like it, but that's what he wants me to wear in the moment, right? So how do you respond when you guys have conflicts? How do you treat your partner? Do you obey him? Okay, so I just thought to just come on here and talk to all of us guys, because our relationships are falling apart because it's that we are at war. We are not listening and we are talking a lot. We are talking a lot. The man is talking and the wife is talking, or the fiance is, talking, or the boyfriend is talking, and we're not listening. And what happens is when you have kids caught up in a relationship, those kids, they become the, victims. So I just started to remind all of us guys, submission, men, guys, listen up. Submission comes easy for a female when she feels loved and safe. When a female knows that beyond a shadow of a doubt, if you show her how much you love her, that she's not doubting you, it is easy for her to submit. And to all the sisters, a man feels love when you respect him, when you obey. Whether you like it or not, your respond, it means a lot, guys. It is about time for us to work as a team. If these marriages must work, we have to go back to Ephesians. And for those of you guys maybe you have a significant other back home, maybe in Ghana or Togo or somewhere, communication is the glue that holds your relationship together. And let me tell you, if you are in a long distance relationship and you are deceiving somebody's son or daughter, be mindful, because what? The Bible says, whatsoever seed that we sow, we will reap, guys. I see you guys on the next episode. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.